Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hardianti S. I would like to present my research proposal with the title is Retelling Story through Picture Series to Improve Student Speaking Skill at the Second Grade Students of SMA Negeri 6 Pangkep. I would like to say thank you to my advisor, Professor Dr. Syarifuddin Dolla, SPD, NPD, and Dr. Gemi Nastiti Sakir, SPD, MPD, and also thank you to my examiners, Professor Dr. Nurdin Noni, M.Hum, and Mardiana Nasta, SS, SPD, M.Hum. Chapter 1 Introduction. A. Background. Speaking in one of the 4 skills that students should be taught because it will help them use their English communication and interaction with others. According to Hermer, there are 2 main components in speaking, the speaker and the listener. The function of the speaker is to provide information, and the function of the listener is to receive information from the speaker. To avoid the miscommunication that happened to them, the speaker and listener must work together. Based on the following, the research will conduct a study titled Retelling Story through Picture Series to Improve Student Speaking Skill at the Second Grade SMA Negeri 6 Pangkep. The similar of the study are they discuss how to use a picture series help students learn to speak. When retelling the story, the students learn some new words. In order to solve the problems of learning English, teacher must be creative in order to design a variety of communication activities in teaching speaking. Teachers are expected to facilitate effective learning and to employ appropriate technique. B. Problem statement. Based on the background of the research above, the research questions are formulated as follows. Does the use of retelling story through picture series to improve student speaking skill at the second grade SMA Negeri 6 Pangkep? C. Objective of the research. The objective of this research is to find out whether the use of retelling story through picture series to improve student speaking skill at the second grade SMA Negeri 6 Pangkep. D. Significance of the research. 1. Theoretically, the research findings should make significant contribution to the research on retelling story through picture series to improve student speaking skill, particularly among senior high school students in the second grade. Practically, the research findings are expected to provide information to teachers in motivating students to improve their speaking skill as well as to students and readers who are interested in teaching English, particularly retelling story. Chapter 2 Literature Review. A. Some pertinent ideas. 1. Concept of speaking. A. Definition of speaking. Brown defines speaking as an interactive process in which individuals alternate in their roles as speakers and listeners and use both verbal and nonverbal means to achieve their communicative goals. In other words, speaking is the process of creating and sharing meaning in a variety of contexts through the use of verbal and nonverbal symbols. Hammer's English speaking ability is the ability to purposefully verbalize the English language in conversation, to speak fluently and effectively, to use language structure and vocabulary in the appropriate context, to use appropriate pronunciation, and to apply appropriate manner. Burns and Joyce explain language as a tool for communication in the order of the definition of speaking. B. Elements of speaking. According to Brown, teachers should be concerned with aspects of speaking such as pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. There are as follows: pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, comprehension, and fluency. C. Teaching speaking. The importance of English instruction cannot be overstated. In today's world, English is the most widely studied foreign language. It focuses on communicative proficiency rather than more structural material. Speaking becomes the goal of English instruction in this context. Teachers play an important role in determining a student's mastery of English speaking in order to help them speak fluently in English. According to Hermer, 2007, integrative motivation of students is more powerful than instrumental motivation in learning a foreign language. Some students study foreign language to learn more about people who speak English fluently and to achieve success in using a foreign language. This will be heavily influenced by one's understanding of the culture and people as well as one's empathy for them. 2. Concept of retelling story. A. Definition of retelling story. According to Bashir Ace Bashir, retelling story activities are feedback will give you an idea of everything that has been received or responded to by the students after hearing the story. From the explanation above, it can be concluded that the meaning of retelling story is the activity of rearranging the story that has been listened to from the process retelling story with the aim of providing information and knowledge to people others orally. B. Forms of retelling story. There are 8 types of storytelling according to Heaven 2000. 1. Cave artwork paintings. 2. Oral history. 3. Fable. 4. Myth. 5. Legend. 6. Theater. 7. Text. And 8. Film and TV. C. The advantage and disadvantage of retelling story. Stories are motivating and enjoyable, and they can aid in the development of positive attitudes toward foreign language and language learning. Stories stimulate the imagination. Students can become emotionally invested in a story by identifying with the characters and attempting to decipher the narrative and illustration. Students' understanding will be difficult when the story has been accumulated by other problems. It is monologue and can saturate students. Dissonance that often occurs in the story with the context in question, so that goals are difficult to achieve. 3. Concept of picture series. A. Definition of picture series. According to Mary Finocchiaro, picture series are defined as a series of pictures which are placed on one chart. Picture series is one of media which used in the class. Picture is one visual aid, and picture is very important to helping students to give information about experience or understand something, since they can represent place, object, people, and can give students a great help and stimulate language learning. B. Steps of picture series. The steps of the picture series learning model according to Suprijono in Huda are as follows. 1. The teacher prepares and conveys the competition to be achieved. 2. Presenting material as an introduction. 3. The teacher shows picture of activities related to the material. 4. The last step, the teacher provided conclusion on the work that has been done by his students in learning. C. The advantage and disadvantage of picture series. 1. Teachers know more about the abilities of each student. 2. Students are trying to think logically and systematically. 3. Students are helped to learn to think based on the point of view of a subject by giving students freedom in the practice of thinking. 4. Students' motivation to learn is increasingly by developed. 5. Students are involved in classroom planning and management. 1. Takes a lot of time. 2. Makes some students passive. 3. The emergence of fears of choice in the classroom. 4. The need for support facilities, tools, and cost. B. Hypothesis. Hanul, the use of retelling story to picture series does not improve the student speaking skill at the second grade SMA Negeri 6 Pangkep. H1. The use of retelling story through picture series improve the student speaking skill at the second grade SMA Negeri 6 Pangkep. Chapter 3. Research Method. A. Research Design. The research used pre-experimental research. According to Sugiono, a pre-experimental design is a design that includes only one group or class that is given pre- and post-tense. This one group pre-test and post-tense design were carried out in one group without a control or comparison group. B. Time and location. Time. This research will be conducted in around 1 month. B. Location. This study will take place at SMA Negeri 6 Pangkep, Sapuka, Kelurahan Sapuka, Kecamatan Liukan Tengahia, Kabupaten Pangkajene dan Kepulauan Sulawesi Selatan. C. Population and sample. A. Population. The study population consists of 59 students in the second grade at SMA Negeri 6 Pangkep. There are 3 classes. There are 2 classes of MIA. MIA 1 consists of 18 students and MIA 2 consists of 21 students, and 1 class of EIS which consists of 20 students. B. Sample. As the sample for this study, the researcher will choose one of the 3 classes at the random. The class that will be used as a sample is EIS, where the number of students is 20. D. research variable and operational definition of the variables. 1. Independence variable. 2. Dependence variable. A. Research instrument. The research will use a speaking skill test as the instrument in the study. The test consists of 7 items, picture series. Pre-test aims to know the student's speaking skill before applying picture series, while the post-test aims to know advancement in speaking skill after applying picture series. The test used to find out the student's achievement before and after gift treatment, especially the student's speaking skill by using picture series. Instrument is one of the significant steps in conducting in this research. The instrument of this research is a speaking test. The test consists pre-test and post-test. The research will give a story with picture series and the students retell the story. If procedures in collecting data, pre-test, instrument, and post-test. G. The technique of data analysis. 1. Scoring. 2. Converting scoring rubric. 3. Classifying the student score. 4. Students' mean score. 5. Standard deviation. 6. Gain score. 7. Hypothesis. That's all my research proposal presentation, and thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.